Well, on July 4th, potentially the most un-American thing of all time, Italian baseball. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Postgame Tomahawk Talk after the Bravos tie the Gatemen 8-8. I'm Adam Gackett alongside Sean Brennan. And Sean, for the Bravos today, a very rough start, similar to the game last night against Wareham. The starting pitcher today, Joe Arriola, just didn't really have his stuff.
No, he struggled with control. You know, a lot of free passes, walks, a couple hit by pitches, and yeah, by the middle of the third inning, it was 6-0, kind of like last night. It wasn't as short, but still, you find yourself in a 6-0 hole, and credit Bourne. They fought back. They recognized that they had a lot of game left, and they ultimately erased that deficit. Couldn't come away with the win. But yeah, you know, these slow starts, it worked out tonight, but I mean, I think we all know that that's not going to work every game. So I'd say they didn't get lucky tonight, but they are fortunate to come out of this without a loss.
Well, you said it there. This team battled back tonight, and that's something that we haven't necessarily seen a ton today. And while, yes, this game does end in a tie, does the fact that you were able to battle back, score all those runs late in the game, and tie it against a team that's at the top of the division make you still feel good coming out of this game?
Absolutely, and I think that theme kind of dates back to yesterday, right, where they went down 6-0 and they battled back. They lose 8-6, right? Now, Coach Landers, after that game, praised the grit that his team showed. That's not easy. When you're down 6-0 after 2 innings, it's an uphill battle, to say the least. And it was the same thing today. You know, they didn't get down on themselves. They continued to string hits together when it mattered, and yeah, they tied the game. They could have very well won it, but you know, it didn't happen tonight. But yeah, I mean, Landers was very happy with their effort, with their grit that they're showing, and you know, we talked about how this week stretch can be viewed as a turning point, and even though these past two games don't have a win, the fight that they showed and the togetherness that they showed, I think, is an encouraging sign going forward.
Without a doubt, 1-1-1 against the two best teams in the league, I don't think is anything to be upset about, because most teams in this league probably would have gone 0-3 in this stretch, especially when you look at some of the starters that got thrown against the Bravos. Before we end things here, Sean, that 10th inning was absurd, and what Wareham decided to do was, with one out and a runner on third, load the bases.
Yep.
I love that decision personally, because then you get the chance for the force out at home, which we saw, and you could almost even double them up like they almost did. You talked to Chris Stanfield. Was he surprised about that? And personally, Sean, were you surprised?
I was surprised. I wasn't surprised that they intentionally walked Viderick before Stanfield, but you know, loading the bases with one out generally isn't a great scenario. Now, it worked out for them. I agree with you. It was probably the right call in hindsight, but to answer your second question, yes, he was surprised. He didn't expect that. He's never seen that. He thought that they were going to try to pitch to him. They didn't. And like I said, it worked out for them. But just a really interesting situation in what was really an interesting game that I haven't really seen play out like this before.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that Isaiah Jackson play at third base in the 10th inning. I don't even know what happened there. Just an overall wild game. The final score, 8-8 between the Bourne Braves and the Wareham Gatemen here on July 4th. The Bravos back in action tomorrow at home against Harwich at 6. We'll see you here at Dorn Park.